So would you say that actually, if you look at an organization and if you look at a person, I suddenly, while you're talking, I see some similarity where you say, like, if you have this picture in your mind that you can be something, your body will work to become that. So is it the same for an organization? If the organization believes or thinks or has this atmosphere that something is possible, eventually the organization will grow to be able to do that?
And in the same way that every cell of your body, when you start to have a positive picture, starts to deliver to that picture, in the same way for an organisation, when every person in the organisation will start to deliver to the vision of the organisation, as long as everybody in the organisation's got a pretty common, consistent and powerful picture of what it is we're trying to achieve. And that's the tricky bit, but that's the bit that makes the real difference. I was trained as an accountant to understand that the things that matter are the fixed assets and the balance sheet stuff, but actually research is now showing that the balance sheet actually accounts for less than 5% of the value of most large organisations, and it's other things, the intangibles, the things that aren't actually measured by the accountants, that make up the great bulk of the value of most organisations.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of things like relationship assets, who you know and who knows you and how well you get along together. There's the cultural assets, which you've been talking about, how clear is the vision, how clear are people about the strategy, how well are they working together, all that sort of thing. All that cultural stuff is like really, really vitally important. Then you've got time assets. Time, whether we like it or not. I'm not talking about rushing around. I'm talking about thinking about what really matters and to put our time where it matters. That's the key to it, really. Our knowledge assets, the things that we know, making some of that implicit knowledge more explicit, so we trap it in databases and use it and think about it as a real tool, something that has value, and that we manage it like we manage something in our balance sheet. But the trouble is that most managers like me were trained to think of the stuff in the balance sheet as important, and therefore don't put nearly enough attention into the 95% that create the real value. They're putting it all into the 5% that's almost meaningless these days. You're absolutely right when you say that if you can get a group of people focused on what really matters, collective body will deliver the organisation exactly what it is they want to do. And they'll do it without even thinking about it, in the same way that every cell in your body is working away to deliver your subconscious pattern. Every person in the organisation will start to deliver quite almost unconsciously. They'll just start to do things slightly differently than they were before. They'll focus on things that they didn't focus on before. They'll work in ways that are more cooperative and loving than they had before, and some of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not a painful process. It's just a process of getting the right pictures in people's minds, and then once they're there, the getting there is easy. It happens automatically. It's something that doesn't actually have to be worked on. In fact, in a way, the less management there is, the better. Chaos theory, the more control there is, the less order.
Yeah.
The less order there is, the more control. It really does work. You might like to think of it as the subconscious of the organisation, working to every person in the organisation, delivering to a picture that we're trying to create. Interesting job, really, because I learn as much from them, probably more than they learn from me. And the thing that I can do then is to start sharing those things around with other people. So if you like, I'm a bit of a sneezer, sneezing these wonderful ideas around the place so other people become affected by them.